Are you ready to do some physics?
Yeah.
So, you were asked to work out your average walking speed using some data. Anybody going to admit to not doing it? So you all did it, so I can pick on any one of you and you can give me an answer, yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah? Who shall I pick on? Ezra, pick a number between 1 and 14.
Vaihdaanko paikkaa?
Hey.
12.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So young.
Oh my goodness.
Zero.
Just that I forgot my notebook. Well, I remember well, mine was like from 5 to 10 kilometers per hour, and I rounded that up to 7.5 kilometers per hour.
It was between 5 to 10 kilometers an hour. How did you do that?
Well, I had my watch thingy,
Yeah.
and I recorded how many steps I took and how long like it took me to walk those steps.
Okay, hang on. So you recorded steps and then the time. So what? Hello, we're in here. How did you get the distance?
The watch counts the distance as well.
So you had a GPS watch.
Well, yeah, sort of.
Okay. Okay. You're getting a hard time at the moment. So it measured 5 to 10 kilometers.
That's what I got.
Somewhere between 5 and 10 kilometers.
Huh?
They did. They just walked past. That's why I yelled. Okay. Sure. 7.5 kilometers per hour. That, however, I'm amazed that your GPS watch was not a little bit more accurate.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared. It might be broken.
Yeah. Okay.
Might be.
Right. Thank you. Seeing as you were the victim there, you can pick another victim. You can just tell me who you would like me to pick on.
Elis.
Elis on tehnyt mun kanssa.
Niin.
Hello.
So we.
Alright. We like kind of walked really slow.
With phones.
This is really slow, by the way.
So
Okay.
We got like 1.74.
1.74 what?
Go
Yeah.
kilometers
Per hour.
Wow. But
We
slow
were-
but steady wins the race, remember, yeah?
Yeah, we're kind of slow people.
Okay, so you used the phones, yeah?
But yes,
So- How did you measure the distance?
We're watching the Google Maps.
I'm watching the Google Maps.
Right, you used Google Maps
it told us the distance.
and you
then
timed
we
it.
took the time
Okay,
how much
yeah,
it
it's very, very easy to do with Google Maps. You can
You're
just
welcome.
measure the distance that you have covered. Right, so we've got the 7.5 kilometers per hour. Maybe it's so approximate, we're not sure. We've got the 1.74 kilometers per hour that my tortoise could beat. And yeah,
Oh, I have speakers. Louder, my son doesn't mind.
no,
Why not?
Cool.
because he's got a hard, great shell on her, and
Wow, it's with sound.
yeah, no, not to eat her. She's older than me. She's the boss of the house.
Oh, the tortoise.
Yeah, the tortoise. Seriously, she is older than me. She's been in the family 4 years longer than I had, so I inherited her.
So she decides everything for you.
Yeah, she sleeps for half the year, so
I want a tortoise.
anyway, no, they're a lifetime commitment, I tell you.
I know, but I want one.
Yeah. So anyway, my tortoise can do better than that. Do we have someone who did it kind of? Hey, let's pick on someone who you think might have kind of a normal answer.
Äänestämään on.
Ezra's answer is not normal. It's the same as yours.
We didn't say one
thing.
Okay, I got 5.35 kilometers an hour.
Okay, and how did you measure the distance?
I made like these meter steps and counted them, like from
Okay,
to another.
1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step.
yeah, and then you timed it?
Yeah.
Okay, do you think that was very accurate?
Depends on the steps.
Yeah,
But like, I did only like 83 meters, so it wasn't that much.
okay. So do you think that level of accuracy is allowed?
No.
No, but very good. This is a more sensible answer. Good. Did anybody actually use something like Google Maps or Runkeeper and get
We use Google Maps.
about
Google Maps.
5 kilometers per
I have
hour?
like,
Yeah, okay, so
No.
I couldn't walk properly for the like end of the week because my ankle was like really athletic. So my mom went to like a jog or like a walk, and then she went 1.5 kilometers to my first school and then came back, and it was like 3 kilometers, and that took about 30 minutes.
So this is your mum?
Yeah.
Okay,
And I got 6 kilometers per hour.
okay.
You just robbed it, you just rolled it.
No, I counted.
What did you get?
It was 5.9 kilometers per hour
How did you do it?
with like my sports tracker.
Your sports tracker? 5.9?
I use that. Oh my god.
I use that.
Do that.
Okay. A fast-ish walking speed is above 6 kilometers per hour. Yeah, a gentle stroll is probably about 4 kilometers per hour. 1.74 is, yeah. But yeah, you can do it much, much more accurately with a sports tracker, Runkeeper or something like that with your phone. It's steps I'm impressed with though, actually doing it sort of without any great electronic help. Very, very impressed. That's how we used to do it. Okay, good. Now, we have got to continue this. Oh yeah, we haven't got a lesson next week, have we?
Oh, what a shame.
What?
What do you mean, oh, what a shame.
I wish I
Are you not happy that you'll have,
I have
okay.
I got my tears working.
Now, I knew there was something I should have done.
makes this have overdose on.
How many of you have got your Ilmia books with you?
She forgot.
Okay, if you have got it,
I don't need it. I'm a smart kid.
I don't know what it is.
can you turn to page 139 if you have got it?
Oh.
I know, it's a shock. It's the first time I've ever used Ilmia.
What's this name?
Oh,
I think I've seen the video.
But I don't know
Have you met?
Oh,
I know my
So we do our business with him anyways. To like, we are saying to.
Vad säger Johan?
You want Tyler for today's lesson?
I'm getting my teardrops ready.
You want a title?
yes.
Is it?
I got you can play.
What's wrong with you?
You're back.
And then like, oh my god, you want to go
Changing.
Ja, takaisin.
Changing velocity.
This is going viral.
But there's a
If there's only one person that cannot know about it.
Mutta toisaalta she's in like Mutta mun pitää kysyä sieltä, että she's fine. I don't know where to actually she doesn't know how to
What's her title?
Changing velocity.
Mä tiedän sen Valtterin kautta, Valtterin kautta siitä, että oli
So complicated.
Valtterin teknologian mä sanon sitä. Tell you.
Homie, I know.
Tell you.
Okay, if you haven't got Ilmia,
I don't have it.
this can you read the text on the screen that I've just copy pasted?
I can.
Or is it too small? Is it too small?
No, I can see it.
It's good.
Okay. It's page 139 in Ilmia anyway. No. Now, the reason I've
What's today's date? Quickly, sorry.
10th of April 2017, Common Era. So, the reason I'm going through this is that I realise we are dealing with 3 languages. We are dealing with, well, actually we're dealing with 4. We're dealing with my sarcasm. We're dealing with English. We're dealing with Finnish, and we're actually dealing with the language of physics as well. So when you get to solve problems, you don't have me helpfully explaining the tortoise and the hare. You actually have really boring, uninteresting text that doesn't seem to make much sense. Okay, let me see if I can get rid of those horrible underlinings. Can I get rid of that easily on Word? This is where no, I don't think I can. Okay, sorry about the red and right. So if you are looking at trying to solve physics problems, how to right. Number 1. First thing to do, forget your fear.
I have a fear.
You can do it
Yes, I can.
if you want. Number 2.
So do we like this?
Right, let's start listening. Okay. I am going to give you a general way to handle physics problems. It might help you in mathematics as well. Okay, this is the way I have taught how to do physics problems for 25 years, whether they're in English, Finnish, Mongolian,
Or Swedish.
Klingon, any language.
Just out.
First of all, if you think you can't do them, you won't be able to do them.
That's true.
Yes.
Exactly. So forget your fear. Number 2, read, bless you, and highlight the numbers.
Numeros.
Okay. Right. 3,
4.
10, 4 to 6. Number 3. Read it again
No.
and highlight. No, not yet. The units. What is unit?
Hey,
Like math.
Yeah, yksikkö. Read it through.
I'm not gonna read it once.
No, reading it through 2, 3
I
times.
hate reading.
It helps.
Yeah, but reading is boring.
reading is the most important thing that ever happened to you. Google it.
Hey, come on.
You actually have to read what Google produces.
What if I listen to it like from the internet and sleep at the same time? Oh,
Well, actually, Alice, at this age, your number is your choice.
true,
Yeah.
true.
So if you want to do that, fine.
It is fun.
Everything's
Okay. Number 4. Read and highlight what you want to find. So,
Yeah, they can.
this now gets a little bit difficult. What do you want to find in A?
No. No.
No.
Aikavälillä.
Which is
Time.
time. When nopeus on suurin.
Biggest.
Biggest. Okay. So now you start to solve it. A. You want the time when velocity was biggest. Now notice the first 3 steps don't involve Finnish or English. They actually involve numbers and units. They involve physics. The unit is the physics. The number is the physics. Okay? So a lot of people, having been taught this in English, have found it quite hard to do it in Finnish, which is why I'm saying don't start with the words, start with the numbers and the units, because they are the information. So the time when the velocity was biggest, how do we do that? Well, we've already read this 3 times, so hopefully we know that in the picture we have got Oliver's walking journey, distance and time. Okay, so when was his walking speed, the velocity, the biggest? When he started? Right, it's his distance and time. 0 to 4 seconds. Why? Yeah.
Because the line is.
It's steeper. This is his fastest speed. Okay? And it isn't just the time, it's the time period. Okay, so it's between 0 and 4 seconds. Okay? So now we've done A, we now want to find B. How far had he travelled? So we want distance. So I would write down B and then distance in 3 seconds. So how far had he gone?
3 meters.
6 meters.
Oh, right.
Have we got it right? How far had he travelled in 3 seconds? I assume they mean the first 3 seconds. Yeah? Is my finish that good? It's really bad. 3 up there, I would say 6 meters.
Yes.
Can I see the beat?
It's
No, you can see the beat.
Okay. So what am I looking for in C? What would I highlight with pink?
They just
Oh.
How many seconds?
yeah.
So I'm trying to find a, if it's seconds, I'm trying to find a time. Okay.
time traveled in 10 meters.
Time traveling is real.
So in 10 seconds, how far? Actually, hang on. Have I got this wrong? No, I haven't. How long equals time to travel 10 meters? So we look at our graph for 10 meters.
No.
About 8 seconds.
What's that?
So it's the line.
What do you think?
Because it's not like 8, but it's not like 9. So it's like 8.5.
Yes, it's maybe it's 8.5. Yeah, I've just put about 8. Okay, so are you getting the idea how to tackle these?
Sort of.
Right, let's give you an example from the book. So this is page 142, question 10.
That's fast.
It is.
¿Quieres que le dé la bola de boca?
Niin, mutta sitten sä tiedät, että rannalla
Should I do this?
Yeah.
I know that. I know. You are.
Olisiko sä viisas?
Mä tiedän, että
Mistä sä voit kopioida sen?
Muija hiukset pääsee. Muija hiukset pääsee. No aina edes.
My finish isn't that good.
Oh my god.
Okay, I am deliberately mixing the languages, partly because my finish isn't good enough, but to show you can do this. Okay, Lowry.
Wait, so does this mean like the distance from where the person's like hearing the stuff is 1.5 kilometers? Because
If a noise has taken, right, let's use our method, right? What's the first thing we do? What did forget your fear, right? Read and highlight numbers.
1.5.
Okay. So I'm now going to write these down. Let's call that part A, that part B, because they are two separate parts. A, 1,500 and 4.5. Yeah.
Then you times them.
No. We don't know what they are yet. These are just the numbers. Next, we have the units. So we have meters per second and seconds. What do we next want? We want to know distance, not how long. Try not to use long, because that could be time or it could be distance. Yeah? So we want the distance. To work out a physics problem, you need a minimum of 2 numbers, because you're going to ask for a third. Be asked for a third, okay? We have got velocity, time, and we want distance. If you've only got velocity, you can't work out distance and time. You've got to have 2 pieces of information out of the 3. So, do we know what we have to do to calculate distance, which is what we want, if we know velocity and time? Do we know an equation or a formula with a piece of information? Yes, we do, because it's not a trick question, okay? So, we know that velocity is distance divided by time. Yeah?
Yes.
apparently yes.
Apparently.
Yes.
Okay. Then we substitute in the numbers. 15,000 is equal to what we don't know, the distance, over 4.5. Now, I don't care what you write there. You could write question mark, you could write D, you could write X, you could write distance. Doesn't matter what you call it. But show that's what you're doing. Show you're working. In the test that you have got coming up, you've got to show you're working. In May.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's on my birthday, so can I not do it?
No.
I tried.
So, yeah.
Wait, it's on the 8th.
Okay.
My
So then we've got to do the maths.
What?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I've made you not use a calculator.
Are you kidding?
No. What foul language?
Bad word, bad word. We must punish them.
Absolutely.
I'm suffering.
I didn't write, but I didn't write.
Okay, you look lost. You sure?
Well, we were just.
I'm never lost.
Good.
Are you sure?
Okay,
I will forget your fears.
absolutely. So, 6,750 meters. Yes.
Are we have a calculator?
No.
What?
Yeah, you don't like.
Oh, that's easy.
We get to use a calculator in
Well,
math
that's
test.
easy, but then something more different.
Why am I being so mean to you?
No.
Because you want us to learn.
Rosanna?
Because for example, like the IB entrance test, we're not allowed to use.
Yeah. The IB entrance test, this time next year, plus a couple of weeks, right? They can't use calculators.
I think that's done.
No, it's not. It's part of confidence. Every single one of you could have done that calculation. Yeah?
I think I got it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you could. It would look different. That's the way I learned how to do it. It would look different, but every single one of you could. What? Your arithmetic capability is like a muscle. So if you use it a lot, it gets flexible. You don't mind using it. It hurts the first few times you use it. You look at that and you're horrified and you think, where's my calculator? But actually, the more you use it, the easier it is. Trust me. And I know that you can use calculators in mathematics. Very often, you're dealing with nasty, horrible, complicated numbers. If I gave you a nasty, horrible, complicated number, I would let you use a calculator.
That's true.
There is a nasty.
That is not a nasty, horrible, complicated number. It's 6 3/4 kilometers, which is beautiful.
So hard.
6 and what?
That's because your arithmetic muscle isn't used enough.
What is that?
Neither are your ears, by the sound of it. I've just said that your ability to do maths in your head or without a calculator is like using a muscle, seriously. Sure. If you can't touch your toes, what have you got to do? Practice to touch your toes.
I'll never do that.
Right. Next part.
Next part.
Do part B.
By ourselves.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you do part B by yourselves?
I think I can.
I don't understand the question.
Right, what have you got to do?
We have to
Forget your
read.
fears.
Right.
Is it like, oh my god.
Right. Come on, you lot.
Okay.
Is it?
Highlight the numbers. We've done it. Highlight the units. What do we now want to find? Right, now concentrate.
What we want to find.
What do we want to find?
Yeah, what do we want to find out?
Yeah.
How much later?
Right, we want to find how much later. Now, is that a time, a distance, or a speed? It's a time. So for part B, we want the time. So we must have the distance and the speed. See if you can work it out. Do it quietly. See if you can work it out. If you can't find the answer because the maths is beyond you, because this is a little bit more difficult, then just leave it as a calculation. Bless you. Right. How many of you are completely stuck?
I'm starting, sort of.
Kind of working it out. Do you know what our velocity is? What is it? Right. Why 330, not 1500?
Because that's the time of year.
The sound is traveling through the air. Good. You see all that reading you did made some difference. Right. What is the distance?
That is the question mark.
No, it's not. Look at the, how much later do you hear a noise through the air if it took 4.5 seconds through the water? Yeah.
The distance is 6,750.
Yes, you've already calculated that.
I knew it.
So what situation you've got is that you have got a lake, you've got water, you've got air, and it's 6,750 meters some sort of sound. There, someone's playing music in that looks like a supermarket trolley. Let's do it slightly different. Let's have a screaming fish. Apua. Okay, 670 meters away.
You want to find her?
Doesn't matter. They don't. A duck or something, anything. There's a sound. Okay, it wasn't the fish screaming, it was a bomb going off, killing the fish.
Yeah, there's a bomb going of killing the fish.
Basically, just
Yeah, but.
Right. So, 6,750 meters. We now have our time. Velocity equals distance over time.
This.
Were you there with it? No? Sort of?
I got an answer.
What answer have you got?
We're looking for time.
What answer have you got?
When I have time to count.
I have no idea.
Just use paper because I was writing.
Oh, that's
it.
correct.
A cross. Whoa.
Well, I was right. I got it.
So I know if you're. I could.
I'm gonna get 0 on this test.
No, you're not.
So no, that is.
Okay, so let's not you
Now, when you are revising, I hope you actually go through and think about this sensibly. The first part that's taken out of Ilmia, I would expect pretty much everybody to be able to get that.
I couldn't.
Yeah. The second part that we've just done is considerably more difficult. I would hope that in a test, about a third of the class would get it. I'd hope everybody would get the first part. This part is harder. Now, the final answer, maybe one person would remember that actually I didn't want the time, I wanted how much later. Do you hear the noise? Yeah. So this comes at 4.5 seconds. This is about 20 seconds. So the noise through air is about 14, not 14, 15, sorry, 15.5 seconds later. I know you were saying it, I was going at my pace. Okay? Now, working out these problems, reading them through, applying the physics formula, the correct physics formula, it is difficult.
Oh, no,
Understanding what they actually mean. It's not like you're just given two numbers to add together or multiply together. You're making sense of a really complicated physics situation here. That's tough. You will get used to it. You will be doing this sort of thing all through high school in your physics. There's something to look forward to.
Fun.
Yay!
Yeah, it is. It's wonderful. It's great. I love it. Time for your 3-minute break.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, you enjoyed it so much you didn't even realise the break was due.
I was waiting for it.
I have a bit of I don't know what you're doing.
Hey, there's when there's like 6, 7, 5, 0, like 9, 3, 3, 0.
It's divide, yeah.
Divide.
Yeah. So 6750 divided by time is equal to 330. And the way you handle that in maths is you swap these around. You've done that in maths many times. If that was x, yeah,
Yeah.
you would write it a different way, would you? You would write it with 2 dots. Okay, so if we write it with 2 dots, it would be 330 equals 6750 2 dots time. Does that help?
So to find out the time, you have to do 6750 divided by 330.
Yeah. Okay. Gentlemen, some stretching. I know you were writing. You're not a gentleman, but Lowry.
Yes?
Not just your thumbs.
I also like,
No, but I'm trying to do this calculation.
like not their actual character, like, no, but I like their character a lot. I like Justin in the first episode. With that, Zach Gibson's okay, like I don't use him. So Bob needs more silent watcher.
Alex was saying
Was Alex, yeah, the third one, yeah. I just want to, I'm so bad at silent watcher, I'm trying to be so quiet.
Yeah, but to get that, I'm freaking pissed at them. They can even show you
It's not too bad they were all about unity, just to get that they all get fucked
it's
over.
like in jail.
I feel like, I'm glad I was in love with Moon this season.
Someone was like, no. I was so pissed at it. I was
Like, you just trying to be good for the girl, but like that's the wrong way.
Rara was freaking shining and
Him singing, I was like, ready for it.
You weren't stretching.
I was like,
I stretch it.
Right, wait,
Yeah, but no. What do you do?
Look at me.
Okay. So the title was actually Changing Velocity. No. Here we have Usain Bolt's velocity changing over his 2009 race. Now you can see it clearly is not so difficult to do this. His velocity is not a straight line. It's really difficult to do it on this writing tablet. Okay, you wouldn't win any prizes in an assessment on that. It's the best I can do. Okay, so his velocity is increasing here, reached a steady state, and now he's slowing down. Foolish man. He's not finished the race yet. Okay, this shows not an artificial situation like you might get in a test where it's going to be very, very, very simple, but this shows real life velocity changes. It shows acceleration. What is acceleration in Finnish? Yeah, which I could never spell. Kiihtyvyys. Nightmare word for someone who.
No, it's correct.
Okay, acceleration is the change of velocity. It is also a vector quantity because you must have direction. Okay. So you accelerate to speed up. In English, you go faster. Okay. In English, we also have a word deceleration. Is there a Finnish word for deceleration? What does deceleration mean?
Hidastus.
Yeah.
To
Slow down.
what is it in Finnish?
Hidastus.
Is it a word? Hidastus.
I can't.
Hidastus ei ole sana.
No, just
Hidastus.
On.
Ei mä keksin äsken.
Okay. So
From your sleep now.
Bro, of course you.
I think it is. Yeah.
What is it?
Actually, it's one isn't
well done.
one name a British, one name American?
Yeah.
So is
Can I just write turtle?
Yeah.
Karen, can you Google this?
But
Is
turtles.
Right. English. Turtle, terrapin, tortoise.
I don't understand.
In American English, turtle, slider, land turtle.
Slider and what?
Right, the tortoise has got
7 legs.
It also has
nails.
I was right.
Right, the terrapin
I like turtle. I like turtle.
has got longer,
Over here.
thinner claws, and its feet are more like flippers. The turtle has got flippers.
I like turtle.
See? Okay. Terrapin, water and land. Tortoise, land.
Which one do you have?
Land.
Sea turtle.
I like
Yeah, very, very good. I did used to have terrapins. The terrapins are like the red-eared sliders or the red-eared terrapins that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were. Okay, satisfied? Right, now. A motivated tortoise.
Yes.
Right.
Land turtle.
Gonna fight.
A motivated land turtle.
Okay.
Yay.
What do? We go back to our routine.
Forget your fear.
Forget your fear. Also, as a subset, in brackets, invisibly written, stop distracting the teacher by questions that are completely irrelevant.
Oh, that's a good
Okay? Face it. So, first of all, we go through it and we look at numbers. 2, 0.5. Okay? Next.
Units, seconds,
Meters.
a lot of, I read that.
I know.
My life's unpredictable.
And then, what do we want to find?
I actually want to know what happens if I throw this in water.
Okay, now.
Will it float?
Lowry,
Yes.
land tortoises cannot swim.
No, but will it float?
No, it will drown, it will die.
Oh, what's that?
Really?
Because I was
The
trying
truth
to
is that-
a picture of that person.
Oh, yeah. That's why I never grew up with a pond in the garden, because the tortoise couldn't swim.
I live next to a river, so.
Right, now, at the moment, you don't know a formula. Shh. How do you work out acceleration? You know it is to do with speed changing up. So Usain Bolt has big acceleration here, less acceleration here, and now he's slowing down. So you might guess that it's to do with dividing. This is the formula. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity over or divided by time taken. Now, we write that in shorthand as A equals a change in velocity. Now, you know about changes because in maths you've done this. Delta V, delta T.
I don't remember.
It just means a change in.
Have we done that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
I remember we
I
had
remember
delta.
that. Yeah, what's the next? It's 9.
Oh, delta E is the and delta T.
Yes. It's the end velocity minus the beginning velocity. Okay, it's just a shorthand notation. Okay. do we know the delta V? Do we know the change in velocity?
No.
Well,
Because you start from rest, which is.
yeah, there's a bit of hidden information here. It starts at rest. Zero start. So actually, and this is true for a lot of problems, delta V is equal to 0.5 minus 0. Starts at rest.
I don't get it. So it's 0.5 or no fails. O sea, ahora no está la gente sola. Se enoja eso. Wow, that's a beautiful triangle.
Okay. Do we know the time taken? Yes. Delta T, well, it starts at 0, but after 2 seconds, it's going at 0.5. So in this case, it's 0.5 over 2, which you should be able to do in your heads. 0.5 divided by 2?
Oh, yeah, that was easy. Wait, I think. No. What?
0.25.
Thank you.
So you're
She has smart
It's one of the-
What are the units of acceleration?
Miles per minute. Meters per
I'm
second.
gonna bet on this. Why?
This is horrible. Right. Meters per second divided by time. Meters per second per second.
Yeah.
Meters per second squared. They're 2 lots of seconds. Okay? That's the logic. If you don't get the logic, sorry, you have to just accept that.
Okay.
So,
I accepted it.
Okay?
But it kind of bothers me because I don't understand.
Right.
Like the
Listen.
square.
Listen. Units of velocity are meters per second. It's how many meters you go every second.
Yeah.
Units of acceleration are the units of velocity, how many meters you go every second, divided by seconds. So it's the meters per second per second.
Okay, I got it.
So it's ms squared.
Yes.
Okay? Horrible. You actually don't hear acceleration units spoken about in everyday language because people don't get it. Okay? You hear it spoken about in 2 different ways. The first way is when you are watching the program that really irritates me, Top Gear, about cars. You're learning about cars and you learn about the time to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour or 0 to however many kilometers per hour and how many seconds it takes. Because if you go really, really, really quickly, then you have a short time.
If you go quickly, you will
Okay.
and it will combust.
Yeah, you might. Now, actually, if you're on a moped and you're sat at traffic lights by some cars, your acceleration, your time to get to 30 kilometers per hour is quicker than the car. You can accelerate, you move away much, much quicker than a car would when you're on a moped. But as soon as you get to 30, your acceleration drops and the car will usually go past you. Okay, but how many meters per second squared it is, well, that's actually very, very difficult. Okay, I'm going to give you another example to work out. A cyclist travelling at 10 meters per second takes 4 seconds to speed up to 12 meters per second. What is the cyclist's acceleration? Now, the tortoise was motivated. Let us now motivate you. Full answer, written down with working and correct units.
Good laughter.
Stress, but I just know that I
I didn't even write the question down.
What would I say?
Show the calculation. Units are necessary. Could never be a maths teacher. It would cost me too much in bribes to motivate you. Go back to the processes that I suggested. Highlight, thank you. Good, good, good.
Okay, done.
Oh, I don't. Oh, no. I think I got it. Oh, wait. Meters. Okay, I'll say that, but I think I got it. Yeah, so meters per second squared. I got it also. Woo!
Good. Remember, it's not the velocity, it's the change in velocity.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Oh, is it right?
Hey, my phone, I'm trying to do it and then just have some.
Sorry, you're all a little bit behind.
Oh my god, yes. More. No,
Yeah, you're taking dry. No.
No, that's my how to not get you freezing. Let me know if you get considerably colder where you are. No, I'm taking that away. Okay. Right, first of all, you believe you can do it. Next, numbers. Now, already, you should realise something's a bit odd because you've got 3 numbers.
First, I was so good.
Okay? Units. Whoops. Okay, what do we want? Acceleration. Acceleration is change in velocity over time. That's the problem. Lots of you wrote down 12. But actually, you've got 2 velocities, and it goes from 10 to 12. So the change, the delta, is 2. And it took 4 seconds.
0.5.
Yeah.
You want to write that A equals to change in velocity over.
You should do, yes. In a test, there would be 4 marks for that. 1 mark for the answer, 1 mark for the units, and 2 marks to show you understand what you're doing, like the numbers in the right place, the formula. Okay, yeah.
What's your children's name?
She's called Tessie.
Is it like Tessie?
Yeah, well, I think so. It actually kind of changed.
Like our company is Mindy, so people write it with Y, but I, like, but it's not with C. It's K-O-C. You get like I used to have this nickname, but then I forgot them. I did not. I'm free now, so I don't know.
Okay, next one.
So again. Mä en tehnyt mitään.
Rosvanne, se oli just sen takia, miksi sä sait sen merkityksen.
Ei varmaan saisi merkityksen, että se ja Lauri puhui koko tunnin ajan.
Wow.
Ai sinun kukaan.
Usain Bolt accelerates from rest. I chose 7
Rest.
I guess you don't like chocolate, right? Try to. First, I'll be like. Oh, shit. No se llamaba like
Come on.
no se llamaba
I have it.
What am I learning here? Boom.
Sure.
You have them wrong where
I don't get it.
it's not. Because like you're always.
Right,